In a world of reboots, remakes, and cinematic disasters, two dudes with no clue dare to ask, what the hell were they thinking? Popcorn ready, brains off, no film school, and no mercy. This is No Clue Movie Reviews.
Hello and welcome to the No Clue Movie Reviews. I am your host, Jay, and as always, I'm joined by my co-host, the bearded bastard himself, Malcolm.
I'm starting to remember this show.
Yes, the second episode definitely brought back a little bit more than I thought it would, but I loved the show, but I don't remember it for shit. So today we are going to continue our review of the early 90s MTV series, The Head. Now, last episode, we left off with Jim preparing for a date, which leads directly into episode 2. So, without further ado, let's get going. Here's MTV's The Head, season 1, episode 2, The Date.
Right off the bat, it answers a question from last episode. What was he in school for? Arc welding.
So, what was the chick's name? The date? Is it Madeline? I just want to make sure I got it right.
Miss Madeline.
So, this starts off, like you said, Jim and Roy are talking about this girl he's supposed to go on a date with, and they talk about how he goes to school with this girl, right? And that's where he knows her from. Jim's telling Roy that he thinks he should cancel. Like, and obviously he should, with that giant fucking head. He should never be seen anywhere in public. But Roy convinces him to, go along with it because he'll regret it if he doesn't.
When I saw Roy having the idea, I thought, are they going to pull a Ratatouille? But no, he just helps him.
Dude, I really did think that too. I thought he was going to jump in his head and start controlling him. I was like, is this where they got it? But no, he just helps him cook.
Just olive oil, which everyone uses.
What is that? That is not olive oil. That was snot.
Well, they didn't do animating liquid very well, but so be it.
Roy and Jim get this dinner cooked, going. There is one thing I found funny as hell about this. Roy jumps back into Jim's head with his own plate of food.
When did Roy able to go in his head almost like transport style?
Exactly. There was no hole. He like teleported in. I one of the first things I noticed, because every other time is a hole rich.
You two will never know I'm here.
It's almost like it's like, I don't want to film it. Yeah.
Yeah. Because like he goes to hand him something here. You need a napkin, and he rips open the head to grab a napkin.
Hand him.
Doesn't make any sense.
He's gonna have so much scar tissue with the opening and closing all the time.
Well, remember, I think me and you determined that that's probably not actually part of his head, that it's more of like a cocoon attached to the top of his head.
But it's got to be at least his skin, I guess.
Well, those nerve endings don't exist anymore, I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, because he would be, a lot of pain.
But yeah, right after this scene there, right when he jumps in, we jump over to our government building, which you can be told it's a government building by the GOVT on the outside.
I've heard that before.
Now, Dr. Elliot, which I guess is going to be our villain this whole time, he's interrogating that homeless dude from the first movie that tried attacking Jim. And they are going to go, they're going after Dr. Axel now because they're trying to figure out, was it Axel or Axelrod?
I think it's Axelrod. That sounds cooler, so I'm sticking with it.
I do have a question. Why is Elliot driving an ice cream truck?
That may get figured out in the next 9-minute episode, but I don't know. I guess because they're government, it's surveillance van. So,
no,
like
I understand that, but if you're trying to be inconspicuous, you don't drive around with an ice cream truck with the music playing. That draws people to you.
But I love this version of the Men in Black. You're going to forget everything you know.
You will forget. Ow.
Ow.
See, I'm glad we're getting more of the government building people, because me and you were questioning why that existed in the first one, remember? Now we're getting it. It's getting built up. This episode threw so much more. For a 7-minute episode, it threw so much at you. You're like, oh, this is going to be a really good series. And I can already tell. I'm going to love this series all over again.
I'm going to be okay with it. I'm not in love yet.
Just wait till season 2. I think that's where
we're playing it out right now.
We go ahead and jump to the dinner, and the date shows up. And she freaks out looking at his head. He's like, oh, it's just an allergic reaction.
Technically true. That's a reaction to an alien in your head.
Well, it's a reaction, but he's not I don't know if you can call it allergic.
Well, I would claim HIPAA law. I can't be sharing my medical,
Now,
or shouldn't.
I had one problem with her. Her animation style seems completely different than anyone else in the series.
Yeah, does seem off.
I mean, I know that it was temporary, but we'll get to that in a minute. Don't want to ruin the next 2 minutes here. But I know it's temporary, but I don't know. Her animation style is weird. But she's telling Jim that, she runs a support group for what she refers to as like deformed people.
You know how I work down at the center?
Yeah. Her eyes are way too big.
There's a support group down there for
The hair, the eyes. Yeah.
Freaks. They're not freaks. They're just a little
freaks.
different.
And I remember going, oh yeah, the freaks. I forgot about the freaks.
Is his TV in his wall, or is that a painting in the background? What is that in the background?
I think it's attempting to be, it's a window with the draw, that roll up curtain. And that's the little pull string.
So while this date is going on, Roy is in Jim's head fucking around with some kind of like radio device, as you can tell by what he stabs an antenna out the back.
Yeah, that's good too. But at least we know that he can see through Jim's eyes.
Are you all right?
No, I'm fine, really.
Oh yeah, with those little goggles.
Yeah. And he sits on Jim's brain. Just sits on his brain. I assume that's his brain. It's got to be his brain.
I was gonna say it'd be kind of weird if you ever just like let one rip on it.
Oh, would you feel it? It's like,
But yeah, that little yellow device, he runs a antenna out the back and he starts tracking something, which I think is like a meteor.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah. See, look, that didn't even seem to bother Jim. That's why I said none of this seems to hurt him. Like, I don't think this is even part of his skin anymore. I think this is just random tissue that isn't part of him.
Right.
But
It's more
I
of
guess
a
we'll figure it out.
growth. There are no nerve endings left. It's all gone.
Well, while he's doing this, like I said, there's like what looks to be a meteor heading towards the town. And so fucking Roy burst out of his head, which freaks the girl out. And all of a sudden, bursting through the wall we get this alien called Gork.
Which I kept almost typing Grok every time in my notes.
Yeah, what's funny actually is a parody of Grok on Twitter called Gork.
Oh, wow. Interesting.
This alien's so much more badass than Roy is. Like, he can control shit with his mind. He seems to be able to blast stuff away. It's
an epic fight where Roy is not on the winning side of it, definitely.
Now, are you familiar with the original Ninja Turtles series, like the 87, 88, like the cartoon?
I should. I'm curious where you're going with this.
He looks like the pizza monsters. Remember the ones that got birthed off the top of the pizza?
Oh, yeah. The ones that were knockoff of xenomorphs, but purple.
Yeah. He looks just like, well, I say just like him. Memory serving me well. He probably looks nothing like him, but
it's the mouth. It's the shape of the mouth. I would give you that. He
ends up kicking the shit out of Roy, and then Jim and Madeline try to help him. Gork straight up jumps into Madeline's head and walks out. Like, her head grows to the size of, Jim's, and then she leaves with an evil alien in her head. And that's the end of this episode.
This is different. This one, Gork can control the body. Or maybe Roy can, but he just chooses not to.
Well,
but he clearly is in control.
You already? I did like the little punch there. Roy might be able to, via like pull string here or there, do whatever. But the reason this one can do that is he's telepathic. You saw him controlling a lot of things with his mind.
Yeah, that maybe they'll look into that, but that is interesting.
But yeah, like I said, that's where it ends. She walks out and we cut, and its next episode is going to be, called episode 3, The Mission. So that's where we're going to be picking up. But I'll tell you this much, compared to the first episode, this one was a lot more enjoyable. Like, animation style leaves me wanting, but I mean, it's still the early 90s. They drew it by hand, no computer shit going here. Like,
I would almost say this is almost like an 11-minute cartoon, but it's only 9. Whoa.
Yeah. But did you have anything else you want to touch on before we got out of this one?
Nope. We covered everything I wrote.
So I said, short and sweet. Love the show. Can't wait for episode 3, The Mission.
Mm-hmm.
But that's going to do it for us tonight on this episode So make sure you hit that like and subscribe buttons on the way out. Thank you for joining.
And also, I must say, if you're enjoying this, we are also doing the Max on this same channel. Please give it a like, give it a watch.
Here's a link right here.
Oh, look at that.
Have a good one.